Top 10 Best Comedy Horror Shows. Horror and comedy shows are different genres, but what if both were combined? While these shows make you hide inside the blanket out of fear, the addition of comedy makes it exciting to watch. Monsters, vampires, bloodsuckers, and sorcery practitioners keep you glued to the screens. So it's usually a winning combination when a show attempts to do both. Welcome to BingeTv, and here are the top 10 best comedy horror TV shows. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel to see our latest content. Without further ado, let's begin the video. 10th place, The Monsters. The Monsters were typical American families. The show tells us the story of the monsters' weird lives in typical sitcom scenarios that usually stem from a fear of the outside world. All the characters are adorable. Although the humor was odd, the audience was enthralled and loved the show. It only lasted 2 seasons, but the family at 1313 Mockingbird Lane has been rebooted on several occasions. 9th place, The Addams Family. The Addams Family is a strange clan that occupies a spooky old mansion. Although all the characters look scary with zero smiles, they use hilarious ways to shock their neighbors. The show's humor was somewhat dark and often much crueler than its contemporaries. Still, the show was amusing for the mid-60s and brilliantly blended the worlds of horror and comedy into one of the best sitcoms of the decade. 8th place, Scream Queens. Scream Queens proved one of the most frolic family scary scenarios. The show tells us the story of Kappa House and a string of murders in the school. The revelation of sorcery to any person cost him his life. Scream Queen Jamie Lee Curtis casts a stellar cast of young stars, and her seasoned appearance helps keep the weight off. The short-lived series had self-referential humor and an over-the-top tone that made viewers laugh and gasp equally. 7th place, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Scooby-Doo, Where Are You was a children's program that contained thrill and comedy. The series centers on a group of 4 young people and their intelligent dog who investigate scary mysteries involving demons and ghosts. The show reflected the cultural revolution that was rampant in the country. The show was humorous and terrifying. Different monsters have become just as recognizable as the characters. Even after years, the show is still loved and continues to thrill to this day. 6th place, Stan Against Evil. Stan Against Evil tells us a story of a resentful sheriff who is expelled from his position. He joins forces with the person who took his place and learns that their sleepy New England town is full of demons. John C. McGinley's performance is evocative and hilarious, which makes the series incredibly funny, but it's not lacking when it comes to intimidation. The sheer number of monsters allowed for engaging horror scenarios, and it was always comical to see John interact with the giants of hell. 5th place, Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt begins with a tracking shot leading to the front door of the decrepit mansion of the Crypt Keeper. Once inside, the camera pans down from the lobby to the hallways and stairways, finally descending into the basement. The Crypt Keeper then pops out from his coffin, and the title on the main screen appears. The Crypt Keepers were the scariest part of the show. Robert Zemeckis, Joel Silver, Walter Hill, and Richard Donner's performances made it 10 times more interesting. 4th place, Santa Clarita Diet. Santa Clarita Diet had all required to scare the audience. Sheila and Joel are a normal couple who suddenly find their lives turned upside down when Sheila dies. However, when she returns to life, she discovers that she must consume humans to live long. Drew Barrymore and Timothy Olyphant play each other beautifully. The show's unique tone helps it stand out from its horror comedy contemporaries. The show lasts a few seasons, but was one of the best. Third place, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy was one of the most beautiful and weird characters the audience always wanted to explore. The show tells the story of a school where vampires haunt students. Buffy Summers and her Scooby Gang face down more than their fair share of menaces from beyond. But Buffy realized that great horror was rooted in human experience. Her mother's death is one of the most painful scenes to watch. You'll enjoy the show thoroughly and also feel sad for Buffy because the one she was madly in love with betrays her in the end. Second place, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Ash vs. Evil Dead is loaded with vengeance. The show stars the comedic genius Bruce Campbell as the demon-fighting, chainsaw-handed title character. Only 3 seasons were produced, but every season contained massive horror and comedy. Ash vs. Evil Dead was proof that horror could be delivered as a short show, and there is no need for a slow and steady epic. Bruce Campbell was one of the best characters who would chase the possessed and chop them down. Sam Raimi and crew brought some of the most incredible, dark touches of humor. Honorable mentions.
You idiot!
What? Don't say that to me, I didn't
Shut
mean-
up!
Should we meet your new roommate?
Are you feeling okay? You look a little pale.
If you awaken from this illusion, and you understand that...
And now first place, What We Do in the Shadows. What We Do in the Shadows horror comedy left the audience howling with laughter. The centuries-old vampire will be interacting with the modern world. The encounters with their past lovers and families and the pain of avoiding drinking blood are remarkable. What We Do in the Shadows is a unique sitcom. Every episode contains twists in vampire lore. It's a perfect horror comedy show, so don't miss it. So, what are your thoughts on these shows? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel to make more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.